If you watch YouTube or television with ads, you may have seen a commercial for the Texas Destination Resort Alliance, or TDRA.
Texans from all walks of life are ready to vote on destination resorts.
It would definitely bring better paying jobs here.
It's only a smart business move to keep that money in Texas.
To bring new jobs to the area, new jobs in the economy.
Legalize it.
Let's make it happen.
Lawmakers, let Texans vote on destination resorts.
This alliance is a political action committee, or PAC, with the sole purpose of legalizing casino gambling within Texas through million-dollar ad campaigns that ask Texans to sign a petition for the cause. They do not ask for donations, but only signatures. This may make you wonder, how do they have funding if they never ask for donations? Well, the answer is that the TDRA is fully backed by the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, the largest gambling company in America and the third largest in the world. The TDRA utilizes multiple arguments to justify legalization, all focusing on beneficial effects it would have on the state economy, such as an increase in job creation and tax revenue, which they say could go to things like education. But should we trust their word when it is fully funded by a corporation that would profit billions more than the Texas government would receive in taxes? The TDRA is not the first effort Las Vegas Sands has made to expand gambling outside of Las Vegas. Before the 2022 election cycle, Las Vegas Sands had run a different campaign in Florida through another organization which they had funded with $73 million, called Florida Voters in Charge, another organization made to collect signatures for a petition for a constitutional amendment to legalize casino gambling. When the petition ended and signatures were turned over to county election officials, they quickly raised the alarm for potential fraud. Officials had discovered that the signatures being turned in consisted of phony signatures and names of dead people, which resulted in almost 2/3 of the signatures being tossed out. Steve Vancor, who has worked on petition efforts in Florida for many decades, said that about a third being rejected is industry standard and not a sign of fraud or abuse. By comparison, the Florida Voters in Charge petition was about 30% lower than that, at 37%. On top of that, multiple petitioners claimed that they were illegally paid for each signature that they had collected. In Florida, it is illegal to pay a petitioner by the signature. One petitioner signed an affidavit that said he was paid $2,500 for every 300 signatures, and another claimed his company was being paid up to $15 per signature and that one of their circulators was given a Nissan car. Despite overwhelming evidence of fraud and many local election officials describing it as the worst petition fraud they had ever seen, Florida gradually gave up on pursuing Las Vegas Sands or any involved organization, but charged over 20 circulators at the lowest level for submitting fraudulent signatures. Many suspect this to be because Miriam Adelson, who owns Las Vegas Sands and happens to be the richest person involved with gambling right now, along with her now late husband Sheldon, had donated over $500,000 to Governor Ron DeSantis' many campaigns. Despite these suspicions, Nick Cox, a lawyer for the Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody, said that he believes that it is actually because these organizations, or at least those that run them, reside out of state, and that extradition is difficult to pursue, and that the claims that there were any political motivations involved are completely absurd and without merit. 2 years after this scandal, it seems TDRA has popped back into the Texas spotlight. It should not be ignored that Las Vegas Sands stands to gain billions of dollars if Texas were to go through with legalization. So far, in this legislative session, 2 Senate resolutions and 1 House resolution have been filed, none of which have really done much. In total, super PACs relating to Las Vegas Sands or Miriam Adelson have donated $634,800 to legislators who have sponsored these resolutions. To sponsors of SJR 82, the most recent effort and the only one to gain co-sponsors, they have given $61,000, $45,000 of which went to the main sponsor and filer, Senator Nathan Johnson. Las Vegas Sands hasn't only invested in Texas legislators, they have also already invested in a large plot of land in Irving, Texas, where the old Dallas Cowboys Stadium once stood. Earlier this year, The Irving City Council had pre-approved rezoning for the area to include a casino destination resort. Immediately after this decision, however, almost 200 residents came to speak to the City Council, and every one of them opposed the decision, which resulted in Las Vegas Sands and the City Council undoing their approval of the rezoning and amending it so that it would exclude casino gambling. Since this decision, Las Vegas Sands has said their plans will be much smaller scale, as they believe their plans will be significantly less profitable without the casino, despite the fact that continuing their plans would still create many jobs and tax revenue for the state, which are the reasons that Las Vegas Sands say casino gambling should be legalized. So what exactly is there to take from this information? There is some support for casino legalization, but it's important to recognize how Las Vegas Sands is manipulating voters and lawmakers to push for this legalization and to acknowledge their fraudulent history in Florida. Despite Sands' greatest efforts, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick expressed on the Dallas-based political podcast Y'all-itics how unlikely it is for casino legalization to happen in Texas.
Yeah. So, Jason, the Sands particularly, they've been working really hard to get it passed here. And I've continued to say to them that it doesn't have the support of the members because the members don't have the support of their people who want it. When we finished the session, no one called and said, oh, you didn't pass the casino bill. It's not on anyone's top 20 list. It doesn't mean there aren't people who really want it. But like anything else, Jason, it really bubbles up from the ground to tell a House member or a senator that they want this legislation to pass. And that just has not happened. I'm not leading the parade on it. I'm not stopping the parade on it. But we do not pass bills where only 20% or 25% of the elected officials support it. We just don't do that on any bill. So it doesn't have the support. And the casino people have tried, well, it's all about the Senate, it's all about Dan Patrick, or it's all about whomever. No, they've never worked the vote. They've come in and spent millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they just think, well, magically it happens. It doesn't. And by the way, if a bill ever started to get close and moving, you're going to hear from the other side. You're going to hear from the pastors. You're going to hear from the business community. You're going to hear from the citizens who oppose it. Right now, you haven't even heard from them because they know what I know. The votes aren't there. So I know there are people who want it. We're not trying to tell people what they should do in their lifestyle. I'm just saying the votes aren't there for it. And we'll have 6,000 bills filed, Jason, probably this session. That's about what happens every year. We don't give a hearing to any bill that doesn't have support. Right. We don't have the time.
That's all we have. Thank you for watching.